Hi, everyone, and welcome to Digital Champions. I'm your host, Charlene Shirk, where we speak to some of the most innovative thinkers in the digital space. And today, we're joined by Nadine Nocero-Tye with Sync Show. Nadine, thanks so much for joining us today on Digital Champions.
Hi, Charlene. Thanks so much for having me.
So tell us a little bit more about what you do, and I'm curious about the name Sync Show. How does that play into what you do?
Thanks so much for asking. So Sync Show originated because we found that there was a gap in the marketplace where sales and marketing and your digital strategy or your website weren't aligning. So our founder decided, what if we call the company Sync Show? And we align and synchronize your sales, your marketing, and your website so they're all working as one really strong sales and marketing tool to help you drive towards your business goals. So how are we helping you meet those business goals? Through those three outlets and synchronizing them all together.
I know you've got to get the folks onto the website because the website is really where you're going to do the conversion, right? That's where you're going to turn them into like a looky-loo into, hey, a potential client. What is the biggest mistake you see so many companies doing that they're getting to the website, but they're not converting?
Absolutely. So the biggest mistake that I see people making is that they're spending a ton of time and money driving people to their websites, which is really just the first step in the process. Yes, in order for people to convert on your website, people have to be able to find your website. They need to get there. So that's step one. You really hit the nail on the head. You have to get them there. But then once they're there, oftentimes getting them to convert, getting them to give us their information is overlooked and it's an afterthought. When in reality, it's bringing them to your website is that first step. And so overlooking what happens once they get there is really the biggest mistake I see people make. So oftentimes we look at things and say, you've done a great job of driving traffic to your website. You have great brand awareness. But now what are we going to do to have a very clear, targeted focus to these visitors to say, now that you're here, this is what we do. This is who we do it for. This is why we do it better than our competition. And this is exactly what I want you to do to give me your information. So that way you can get whatever you need and I can take this towards the next step, making it a win-win.
And so what's your best tip for actually having that happen once they get to the website?
That's a great question. The tip, I think, is a really easy tip. So if you own a business, if you have a website, if you work in sales, work in marketing, have someone go to your website, sit over their shoulder, have them pull up your website on their laptop or on their mobile device and say, let me just watch you go through our website. See if they do the things you want them to do naturally. And if they do, awesome, you're doing a great job. If they don't, ask them a little bit about what they think the goal of the website is or what they think the goal of your business is. And if they can't articulate it, it's most likely that your prospect can't as well. So that's how you can really quickly identify, do I need to do something here to improve that? And if that's the case, then you can dive in on that conversion strategy, that messaging strategy, so you can really take some time, step back and put those things in place. So that way when you do drive that traffic to your site, you're getting the people to convert the way you want them to.
Get your mom to sit down with you. Your mom will tell you what's working on you. I don't understand how to do this. That's a perfect person to test your site. Now, talk to me a little bit about so much as we've been looking forward to the evolution and changes in digital, because there's always something changing, algorithms, privacy. So much has been, the conversation has been owning your own data, right? Owning your own folks. And they're always saying website is the perfect place to do that. Can you talk a little bit about what changes that you're seeing in your market space as it relates to websites and driving really traffic and really conversion once you get there? What folks need to be aware of?
Absolutely. Well, first, to talk about owning your own data a bit, we all experienced this on the personal side just a few weeks ago when Facebook went down. When you are putting your eggs in other people's baskets, so to speak, you find that you lose that control. And when something goes wrong or an algorithm changes, to your point, you are no longer in the driver's seat of how people are engaging with your business digitally. So by investing in your website, driving people back to your website, that's really your digital real estate. And the more that you can invest in your owned real estate, the better off that you're going to be when those things happen, because algorithms are going to continue to change and people are going to experience different comfortabilities with privacy. And the more that you can just create a safe space on your own website that's in your control, and allows your prospects to feel like they're comfortable there and they feel safe, the better off you're going to be in the long term.
Well, Nadine, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today on Digital Champions. That was great stuff. And I'm glad you agree with me. We're all going to get our moms to check out our websites.
Absolutely. That's the key takeaway. Thanks, Charlene. Great to speak with you.
Thanks. See, if you can pass the mom test, you got a good website. Well, if you'd like to learn more about what they're doing over at Sync Show, you can check them out at dailyadbrief.com. That's going to do it for us this episode of Digital Champions. I'm your host, Charlene Shirk, and we look forward to learning something new with you next time.